Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, whatever time of day it is and your part of the world. I'd like to welcome you to a wonderful conversation that we're about to have with one of my brothers in the arts. He goes by the name of Tyson O-N-E Davis. Say hey to the people, my brother.
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in. Definitely.
Well, I just want to let you all know that me and this brother have known each other for a very long time, and we have seen each other grow over the years through various circumstances and situations. And now he's doing some great things that I think that the world should know about and should be able to follow. So, my brother, just so that the people can know a little bit about you, just give them a brief history of how you got started in the arts, and just let us know the things that you're involved in presently.
Well, I started getting in the arts way when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, drawing and all of that. That's always been a thing for me. I never took it seriously though until I was probably about like 27. At that time I was doing poetry in Houston, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of where we met on that spoken word scene, you know what I'm saying? And we became brothers immediately, you know what I'm saying? And I value our relationship, so I appreciate this opportunity. But yeah, I started painting then, and because I was trying to figure out a way to use my creativity and make money at the same time, you know. And poetry just wasn't paying the bills, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't paying the bills, man. It was fun. It was nice, and it actually taught me some responsibility. And I kind of like realized what branding is and how to market yourself through that, and by gaining a following, a grassroots following. So I wanted to turn that something into like a tangible product. So I tapped into my talents and I started painting, and I sold a painting in Houston at a show. And at that point, I was like, I can do this, you know, and I took it seriously and started really practicing my craft about like in 2011, 12, I want to say, somewhere around there.
All right. So, like you briefly mentioned, when we met, you were doing poetry.
Yes.
You were pretty good. You were doing your thing.
I can just say I was trying to express myself. I found a lane, you know what I'm saying? I can say that. I found a lane.
What do you think that's inside of you that makes you create, no matter whether it's poetry and no matter whether it's songwriting? See, a lot of people don't know your ability or whether it's putting something on the canvas. What is it inside of you that makes you want to bring it out?
Man, I guess the fact that I guess I kind of grew up like not having nothing to say all the time, right? So I grew up quiet, you know what I'm saying? I was a quiet kid, always the one. And now since I've been an adult and I've been experienced in life, I kind of like got something to say, and it's not always through words, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like expression, you know. It's passion and purpose, bro. It's purpose pretty much that makes me create every day, regardless if it was poetry or writing something. I really believe that like it's just in me to want to create something, and then I'm so critical about what I'm creating, so I'm always critiquing my stuff. Like, man, that's whack. That you could do better than that, you know. So regardless of what it is, whether it's on my 9 to 5 or if I'm sitting in my studio creating art, you know, it's just that. I guess it's just that passion to be better than I was the last time I did it.
So if you had to pick a discipline, what is your favorite form of expression?
Photography.
Photography? For real?
Yeah, man. I love to take pictures, and like the little video we shot when you came to Austin, you know, that's fun for me. You know, I mean, art, I love creating art. But Yeah, I mean, I think photography would be like really fun. You know what I'm saying? If I could take on that discipline.
Photography and videography as well.
And videography, yeah. I would love. I don't want to have to edit the video. I just want to be like behind the camera taking
No,
the shots.
you trying to be lazy, man. That's
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
trying to
But
be, man.
it's too much
Yeah.
to juggle, man. It's too
Well,
much to
man.
juggle. But I pay somebody to do that.
Right, right. Hey, that's a smart thing, especially if you don't have to spend so much time
Right
editing, because
on.
that's a very tedious task. It
Yep, yep.
really is. Well, brother, I know that you've been a few places. You were born and raised in Nacogdoches,
Nacogdoches, Texas.
and then you came to Houston, Texas, and right now you are in Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. Yeah.
So, how is it going from place to place and expressing yourself? Do you soak up the culture of the areas that you're in at the time, or are you just taking yourself and you remain in who you are no matter what city you live in at the time?
Yeah, that's more or less it. I mean, the culture definitely affects what you do. Like Houston culture is just like it's so saturated that you can't help but to absorb some of that flavor down there in Houston. If you live in Houston, you pretty much call it home. You know, if you live there more than 6 months, you'll call Houston home. You know, it's just the love of the city, man. It's something about that city. It's a lot of grinders, a lot of hustlers, a lot of business people, a lot of smart, black, educated folks out there in Houston, and you know, and being able to experience that, see upper echelons of my people doing some major things. You know, it really did inspire me. You know, being from where I'm from, it's not a lot of us doing anything. You know, like it's a small town. There is no there's a hip hop scene, but it's not as grand as it could be. You know, it's just like, you know, because it's a small town, you know, so it's not no real cultural place. So coming from somewhere that's so culturally dry, bro, being in Houston, it was just inspirational. Just seeing the businesses, just seeing the people that were working, and you know, doctors, lawyers that I was coming in contact with, council people. You know, it was like amazing, and just to be here in Austin, to make the move to Austin was literally based around my wife's job and my affiliation with the arts, you know, and because down here in Austin, the art scene is just really, really, really booming. So it was really important for me to get down here and try to figure out my way down here. So again, yeah, the places where I'm at, they culturally affect my creations. They are inspirational, but I'm still the same person regardless of where I'm at on the map, you know.
Yeah. So I see right now you in the workshop and you have a piece behind you right now. This brother that's behind you, what does he signify?
Well, this is a commission piece. So a lot of the times I'll do commissions, and if y'all want a commission, y'all can go ahead and go to transformingblankspaces.com. Transformingblankspaces.com. I had to do that product placement real quick. But yeah, this is a commission piece. I got with a guy. My guy hit me up. He was like, "Man, I've been having this idea in my head for the longest, and I've tried to go to other artists to get them to create it." But he was like, "You know, I'm gonna send it to you. I want something massive. I want something big." So it's a 3 foot by 3 foot piece that's in representation of the story he told me about how businessmen are overlooked, and when they're holding the world together, black business people, and how they're frowned upon on both sides of the aisle, black and white, but the ancestors are there helping them hold and lift the world up and keep the world together. And I kind of felt that in a sense of, you know, me taking art as a career, and, you know, a lot of people I know back home that's just straight hood and probably never, you know, I've seen both sides of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. So a commission piece, for those of you all who don't know, is you have an idea in your head, you tell an artist what it is you want him to depict. He or she then goes to the canvas and brings out your idea in colors and shapes and in many different forms that the artist is able to employ. So, brother, I think that's a true gift. And of course, I had you do some commission pieces for my album, Art and Truth. For those of
Art
you
and Truth.
who know, the beautiful artwork that you see on my personal album, Sid the Man, all was created and designed by this brother right here, Tyson Davis. He did a magnificent job. We went back and forward. I couldn't decide if I liked it, if I didn't, but I tell you what, the things that we did decide to keep, it's an absolute masterpiece. And it's a shame now, bro, that music is digital now, so you don't get the album cover like that anymore. Because remember, it's a whole booklet, right? So,
yeah.
you know, and that's really something to hold on to as a keepsake. But if anybody wants a copy of the actual booklet with the CD in it, because the CD was designed by Tyson as well, then holler at me, man, and I got you. It's really a sight to behold.
And now let me add in there that artwork is nice, but the content on the record is way better, man. Super dope. It's genius, creative genius all throughout that album, bro.
Oh man, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. And as a matter of fact, let me show the people. I think I got a copy somewhere. Let me show the people what I'm talking about.
He gonna make me pull out some
it is right here. Art and Truth.
Oh yeah. And that piece right there on the front, that piece is called That Which Makes Up Her. And one of my curators who always curates my art, man, and I love her for this, is Danielle. Danielle, she bought the original of that, and you and I recreated that piece for the album.
I stole it. Exactly. But
yeah,
check
that's dope. That's Monday's Moon right there.
And then this is one of my favorites on the back. It's a little glare on there, but what's the name of this piece?
That piece is called Fearless.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And that's self-explanatory. You see, we have to teach children to be afraid, because children are not born scared.
No.
They'll touch a hot stove. You know, they'll touch what appears to be a monster. Fearless. And you have to teach children. Someone has to train this child to be afraid of what appears to be a monster. And I think this is the most significant piece on the entire project, bro, because you know, our biggest enemy is fear. It's fear and ignorance. Fear and ignorance. But in this case, bro, I think this piece really embodies what we all have to go back to. And we all have to remember that, hey, we don't have to be afraid of anything or anybody. We can conquer. If we just had the faith of a little baby, we could do so much more. And that's how I interpreted that, bro. So like,
yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, working on that project with you, bro, it was an experience. You know, it challenged me to create some things that I hadn't necessarily tried to create before. It was like an emotional battle, you know, and it was like, you know, especially, you know, that was the time where I was not in Houston no more, you know what I mean? And I kind of fell off when I left Houston, but I got back up, and that was during that period of time where I was creating. Me and you were going back and forth, where I was doing the rebuilding process of my life again, you know? And so creating those pieces was a journey, and it definitely pushed me to do some things that I had never tried before. So you're right, that fear, if I would have told myself I couldn't do it, I wouldn't be doing anything.
Before you go, bro, we are all independent artists. In the indie-friendly world and in the blank canvas world, we don't have a lot of the resources as some of the artists that have major machines behind them. So what message would you leave your fellow artists with that would help them to continue to create, to keep on moving forward, and to constantly push the boundaries of art?
Well, I think for visual artists, it's a little different from visual artists than sonic artists, right? It's a little different because sonic artists can package 12 creations into one project, right? But a visual artist only gets one chance on that one project, you know. So to my visual artists out there, I would say, but yeah, just start small. Look into local and local things that are happening around city and government, because there's always funding in city and local governments that are out there for the arts. Even the sonic artists, there are always grants and proposals that are written, you know, to be able to tap into some of that city and government funding for your project.
Well, brother, we do appreciate your time. Thank you so much for those inspirational words. You already know that I'm behind you 100%, no matter what you do, man. I've seen you grow over the years, and I just am excited and so optimistic for your future, bro. Like, I know you are going to continue to do great things, and the sky is not even the limit for you, bro. Like, there is no limit. You know what I'm saying? So if the people want to find you, if they want to look you up, where can they go? And what do we have to do if we want to connect with Tyson Davis?
Transformingblankspaces.com. Transformingblankspaces.com. Go to my website. You can creep around on my website a little bit. I also host a podcast. The link to the podcast is on my website. I have a few pieces of apparel. You can also go on there and contact me through my website. So the main thing is transformingblankspaces.com. And you can find me on Instagram at art_by_one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from the artist himself, Tyson Davis. Thank you so much again, brother, for sitting down with Indie Friendly and sharing with us a little bit of your story as you continue to add to your story. So, man, I love you, bro, and you already know that.
Yeah, I love you too, bro. Hey, I'm proud of you too. I love what you're doing down there with them independent artists. You know what I'm saying? Giving them a stage and a platform, and you doing some dope shows before COVID happened. You know what I'm saying? I hate I couldn't be in one of them shows. It looked nice. They was packed. You need a bigger building next time, though. It's like,
hey, man, you know, we
had that little place packed.
Yeah, it was packed, man. We were definitely growing. But, you know, after all of this is over, we'll be able to do it bigger and better. And, you know, I'm excited about what the future holds. But until then, there's still great conversations that we can have, and we can still inspire artists to be themselves and be their best, even though we're not doing shows right now. So, and I thank you again, my brother, for coming and sitting down with us. So keep on inspiring the world, and we'll be talking soon.
Already.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time. Peace.
Peace. Indie friendly. Yeah.